Hello there, everyone. This is Neko here, getting ready to play The Infected. Yes, I'm back in The Infected. But this one isn't it's not going to be that much of an exciting episode. It's just a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of doing this, and all that fun stuff. With what I have planned, in other words, with my roof and all that, I'm going to need a lot more clay extractors, so I'm hoping to get up 3 more here. Eventually, I'm going to throw down 10 on aluminum, 10 on cobalt, 10 on copper. That way I can produce a wind turbine every 10 minutes. And then we've got to finish getting these all set up and prepped, although I don't think I need 10. I think 5 will be good enough. So first, we're going to grab a bunch of iron, which, well, I've already done that. Sweet. Anyways, as we're going along with this episode, filling up tasks and all that, I'll talk about some of the ideas and suggestions I would like. The first one is, well, dynamic building. I've already suggested it hundreds of times. Well, not literally, but I've suggested it a few times. Now, if the developer does it right, they will never have to add in any more building pieces because everything will be limited to the person's imagination. And what I mean by that is, it's hard to show you, but take the white dot here, and let's say on the left of it, there's a number with a little degree symbol and a plus and minus sign. So let's say I place down a point like this, and I move out to here. That is 0 degrees. Now let's say I move here, and that is, let's make it easy. So let's say we put on a point here, and from there to there is 45 degrees. So this will be minus 45 because it's to the left of the center point. Now if I go over here, it would be plus 45 degrees because it's to the right of the center point. And then there's another number so on the left you have the degrees, on the right you have height. So let's say from here to here is I don't know, 6 feet. In other words, from this corner to this corner is 6 feet. So this is plus 6 feet, or plus 6. Here is plus 5. Or not plus 5, but you get the idea. This is like plus 3. And this is like plus 1. And then the opposite. So from here down is minus 6, minus 1. If the developer did that, and so if we place down a point from here to here, the degrees off will reset. So if we place here and we know we were 6 degrees, minus 6 degrees like this, and then we go straight out ahead like this, and then we turn it 6 degrees like this, then we know we were at another minus 6 degrees, and then we place it down and do this, and we're at another minus 6 degrees, and then another and another. That will allow us to build a curve. Then you can have this thing set up so where you need a minimum of 3 connection points. So let's say we have one placed here, one placed here, one placed here. Until this is connected back to that, it doesn't count as a floor, and therefore you can't place anything. So now let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you connect here. Anything past that connection point doesn't register. So when you place down logs or planks in that little triangle right here fills in, but that doesn't. And now let's say you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go back here. Well, then this, because I'm not sure how this one would work, but let's say it doesn't work. Actually, it would work because it registers 1, 2, 3, even though there's one right there. It would simply, you would just have to choose the pattern of how you want the boards to be laid. So if you want them perpendicular or horizontal, it would plop them down, filling in each spot. Now, with that all done, you could theoretically build any shape you want. So let's say you place a point here, you go 5 degrees to the left, 5 degrees up, or 5 feet up, and then you repeat that pattern. Soon you have a spiral all the way up to there. So now you can build pretty much a spiral staircase. So you have one here that spirals up however much height. Then you have an outer one that spirals up all the way up to however much height. So now you can have a spiral case that sits right here, exactly right here, and fits within the foundation of this. That also means you can place roofs however you want, the way you want, because you want. And that will allow people to build anything and everything they could ever dream of. That also means the developer doesn't have to worry about adding any more new building pieces because the people can build it all themselves. The reason why I make this suggestion is because that would significantly boost the power of this game. At that point, it would open up the opportunities for the developer to focus on everything else, like combat and machines and fixing quality of life bugs, like adding where you can put deposit, take, store all button. In other words, take all, flip it, and put store all instead. In other words, take this code or take the code from the trash can, copy it, paste it on here, and change it to store all instead. So when you click store all, it takes everything from here and puts it into here. Yes, I know. I repeat myself a lot and all that, but I mean, without people making suggestions like this, eventually you're going to, well, kind of run out of ideas. Like, people giving suggestions really helps out. Also, I like another quality of life would be split one or split however many. Like how he has this drop. If he has a split for that, that would be great. Or another quality of life is this, because here, watch. There's 5 here. This is going to take all 5. And you already saw on the previous one. Wait. Oh. Did that change? I think that changed. Here, let's try that again. Oh. Okay, well that's something new. These used to take everything. They would not do this. Like, they used to take everything, so you had to be careful with this. But small quality of lives like that, where you can fix in stuff like this, is what the developer could work on more. And I actually, now that I know that, that's great. I actually, the reason why I've always done what I've done is because I've always been cautious about it. Like, I would assume it would take all of it. Like, this theoretically should only take Actually, it might take all 3. But it should only take 2. Yeah, it took all 3. But as you can see, small quality of life things is nice. I am going to be finishing up, I'm going to be working on the roof. That's why I'm getting a bunch of these. I am going to be... How the mother flip nuggets did you get in here? Doors closed. Door. Did you fly through the window? Alright, well, either way, I have a bird in here somehow. But anyways, if the developer did that, that would be the ultimate system to building. Their building system would be the ultimate. Like, I don't think anybody could compete with it. Alright, we're gonna get these going too, might as well. I got the iron for it. That's another thing that would be another nice quality of life, is this, where you can press and hold E rather than clicking it 8 bajillion times. Do I have the screws? Because I'm gonna finish up a couple. Oh, nope. Here we go. We'll take some of this. I think I'm gonna only do 5 of these. I'm gonna delete the rest of them. I'll probably move the majority of these around somewhere else. Maybe throw in some more, actually, I should throw in solar panels. That way, during the day, I'm guaranteed a set 40 power. Because as you can see right now, most of my wind turbines are mid power. So I'm barely getting 53 power out of the... well, they're going down in power now. So this means this potentially may go negative. So I think I'm going to throw in some solar panels on the top. Alright, let's make some screws. Let's get 5 of those mixers. Realistically, you want to get as many as you can. This here is like the best thing ever. If you've ever been playing this game since the beginning, you'll know. Ooh, it took 20 years to things. I'll have to name these later, but as you can see, clay and sand. That's another quality of life. I don't know if he's actually done anything with that yet, but let's actually test that out real quick. We'll grab 10 here. If we can, we should be able to shift click this in. If we can't, then this is this is another quality of life thing that needs to be added on. In other words, it would allow the developer to work on quality of life if they completely fix their building system. On top of that, they would never have to worry about shifting things or things getting out of place. Because if you remember, I couldn't place these here, even though under the ceilings. So that was a huge pain in the butt. Alright, so what else do we need? We need to get these. We'll rename those later, so 3... Actually, we'll go 6. We'll do 6 because that will give us 60 concrete. In other words, this does 10 per 3 minutes, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I think, yeah, and it takes 15 cement to upgrade a foundation, which means we're going to want at least 60, so we can do 15, 15 is 30, 50. So we can do 4 foundations every 3 minutes if we keep up on it. That's why I think 6 is alright. 10 is kind of... You could do it, but you might as well just go for 12. That way you can actually make 8 foundations every 3 minutes. In other words, the one thing about this game is the more you have, the faster things get done. Although originally it was set up where you had to wait it was at a point due to the attacks. The more you had, the worse you were off. All right, we have 1, 2. This is 3. I gotta check my roof. Oh yeah, that's another thing is we're gonna be getting bricks or start doing bricks, which means we need more clay and more sand. So it takes a ridiculous amount of clay and sand because cement, bricks, and then all the kinds of other fun stuff. All right. Plastic, all that. We got sand. We got some bricks here. We're gonna make, what is it? We're gonna have to make 4 brick drying places. I have never made one on this series here because all these bricks have been found through looting. I'm gonna be adding in carpets and chairs and other fun stuff, but that's gonna be later. I think next episode we're gonna get more power and go set up a few other things. But the main goal of this episode was mostly to get these going and to talk about the developer switching over to dynamic building. I think that would be absolute amazing because then let's say I want a stairway that goes only halfway up this and I want the hallway to be half as wide. I could do that with dynamic building because then I could place a point right here and then lift it up to a certain height, place a point right here, and then I could go across to place one and place one and place one. Then I can choose ramp by, let's say, right clicking, and it will either put them flat like this, or they would put it, or the lines would go like this. And that way, when you place them down, you can just go up and bam, you've got a ramp. And then you can also place a point right here up to a certain height, over and down, and then you can place in planks to fill in that point all the way up to where you had it. Now, concrete and upgrading is going to be a little bit different, in my opinion. And what you could do is make it where, let's say, every foot is 1 cement, or cement, however the hell you want to pronounce it, concrete. Let's just say 1 foot is 1 concrete. And so if you've got this stretched out 10, that's 10 concrete. And if you've so you can be like, oh, I need 10 for this one. Oh, I need 1 for that one. Oh, 5 for that one, and so on and so on, depending on how far you've got them stretched. Like 1, 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5, so on and so on. I think it would make the game insanely better. On top of that, if the developer wanted to, they could add in physics, building physics. Right now, you can build a floating base pretty much as much as however you want. Now, certain things like this, actually, I'm not sure which ones, but certain things you cannot place on ceilings or foundations. You have to have them on the ground. I think these are... Oh, no. You can place these on the... Hold on a sec here. Okay, it's because that's so low to the ground. As you can see here, if you build too high off the ground, you cannot have them on the foundations. The reason why they accept being on here, as you can see, is because they're practically touching the ground. In other words, they're right about there. They're within a certain height limit that this is allowed. Which means if you tried to build a floating base, you would not be allowed to place these up here. So there are certain things that are yes and no. Also, the last episode, I only built 9 the first time. This time, I have doubled it. So now, or I made 10 and then doubled it. So now I have 20 of these, which guarantees that I have at least 4 iron at every 5 minutes. I get 4 iron. As you can see here, there's an iron, there's an iron, there's iron from the other ones, see? So no matter what, I'm guaranteed 4 iron. Some of them guarantee more than that, like right here, bam bam. So this way, every 5 minutes I can produce pretty much as much iron as I want and start building faster, because this game relies heavily on iron. As you just saw when I was putting these together, they took 18. These here take 20. This here takes 10. This takes 10. This takes 6 iron plus 6 steels, so that's 12 iron right there. This one takes 12 iron. This takes 18. 18, 20, 20, 26, 1, 15. This one takes 25 iron. This one takes 50, 70. This right here takes 90 iron to build. So yeah, you're gonna want to get a lot of iron as soon as quick, or get mostly all iron going anyways. If you enjoyed listening to me ramble on about dynamic building, watching me get these little things set up, 90% of it was me talking dynamic building, talking about this and that. Like I said, this wasn't going to be the most entertaining episode. At this point, it was just, you were watching just to listen to me rather than actually see what the hell I was doing. Anyways, if you want to see more of this series, which I will be doing more over time, eventually I plan to get the roof done and a couple other things done, and I'll probably call it good there. If you want to see more, just check out the end screen credits. If you want to see other games I play, make sure to check out my channel. I do play other games. And if you want to be added on to the end screen credits, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain period of time, I'll add you on. If you leave before I reach 1,000 though, I'll remove you off, because it's for people who gave me a chance. And obviously, if you're leaving before I reach 1,000, you're not giving me a chance. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back for more and all that other fun stuff. So, bye bye.